Hello there from Plopsaland De Panne in Belgium. So this is my second time here this year and third time overall. Now I've got to be honest, in July I wasn't taken in by the hype of Ride to Happiness, but I've been really keen to come and give it a second chance. So today I'm doing that, and with me I've got Becca who's filming, Mark's already gone in the park, and Jimmy's just woken up from a nice nap in the car. Also there's Heidi the wooden roller coaster, and there's a couple of other creds. So looking forward to seeing how the day goes. We will be filming POVs, assuming we're still allowed to do so. And yeah, not really sure what to expect other than lots of POVs hopefully, lots of reviews, and just a bit of daftness. That's what we do on PBE. So let's go. We're inside the park now and things are looking quite spooky because this video is being filmed just before Halloween. We'll start with Becca. Plopsaland, first time we came here was 2018. We had a good day, didn't we?
We did.
Looking forward to today?
Kind of. I'm looking forward to Heidi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to start on, isn't it? The GCI Woody.
Yeah, it's a very good Woody as well.
Yeah. And come to Mark. New creds for you, mate?
New creds.
What are you looking forward to the most?
Riding my 500th.
500th coaster?
500th coaster, man. Got me done on it.
Already?
Already.
What did you start the year on?
370 something, I think.
370. We've got Jimmy.
Morning.
You excited?
I am. First time back in Europe in 3 years now.
Good stuff.
Can't wait. New creds.
New creds? New creds? No new creds for us, Becca.
No, sadly not.
No, but we did do this park a few times before it was very popular, so
yes,
we've got them ticked off. But good to see a little park like this growing. We said that we wanted it to do that when we were last here. So, right, anyway, Heidi the ride, everyone?
Yeah.
Let's go. Started the day with a nice morning ride on Heidi the ride.
best way to start the morning.
You happy with that?
Yes.
Good stuff. What do you like about it?
Everything. It's really well paced. It doesn't crawl around anything. It's not too quick through anything. It's not rough. It's not violent, but it's still exciting. It's a perfect balance.
You said to me on the brake run there's something about the pacing.
Yeah, the pacing is just, you know, it doesn't lag through certain bits, then hit other bits too fast. It hits everything exactly as it needs to. It's just perfect, and it doesn't need all day to warm up.
Excellent.
It's perfect straight away. There's only been about 5, maybe 6 trains before us, and it's perfect.
Go on then, what did you think? Back row, first go for you?
It was alright, it needs to warm up, I think. A bit cold in the morning for it, I think. Come back later on in the day, I think it'll be flying, be a good coaster.
What I was going to suggest, and I'll bring Becca in for a second, is later on we do the back row.
Yeah.
And you and Jimmy do the front row.
Yeah.
And then we can all have a proper judgment of it. But
Agree, that's it. Sometimes it takes them a little bit of time to warm up the woodies, so hopefully later on it'll be a lot better than what it was.
I've got to ask you, what are you expecting from Ride to Happiness? I don't know if we're going to go to it next, but I've not asked you yet. What are you expecting from it?
I don't know what to make of it, to be honest with you. I've not done much POVing of it, to be honest. So all I know is like it got good audio on it. So we'll wait and see.
So I've got an unexpected cred, and that is Drac or the Drac or something.
Dragon.
It's a dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last couple of times we've just not been bothered, but because we have the ultimate cred hunters with us, might as well do it since we're all going on. Don't have a little one to look after this time.
Yeah.
So +1 for me.
Yeah, so it's a Mac powered coaster and we'll film a POV. What cred for you is this now? We're edging closer to 500, aren't we?
498 this.
498. It's got to be Ride to Happiness, isn't it, for him? 500 or
Sorry.
Sorry.
Hashtag like me coaster.
Hashtag like me coaster for 500.
Gotta be, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
It's gotta be a good coaster.
Listen, I did. Oh, don't be saying that. You've not even done it yet. Cancelled on Twitter for that. It's the best ride in the world, you know.
What, like me coaster? That's why it's waiting for 500.
To be fair, my 400th coaster was T4, so you've got to do a crap one for 500.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Do
Right
you-
topping us then.
What are you on, coaster count-wise?
303 now, I think.
303? So after today, you'll be on a Peugeot number.
Hopefully I'll be up to about 320, maybe,
Yeah.
by the end of the trip.
Anyway, should we go and do it?
Yeah, alright, yeah.
Yeah. You need to stop shit stirring, you do. You're going to get me in trouble. Two-lap special. There we are then, new cred for everyone but me. This is when you know a hot take's going on Twitter and the phone's out, he's grinning and he's not talking to us, so he's probably writing about how good or bad a ride is that everyone else likes, because that's what he does. He's a troublemaker, isn't he?
Yes, this is why I can't be on Twitter though, because
Well, no one agrees with you with anything.
no, they don't, because I just can't pretend to like something, and apparently I'm a bad person for that. If I don't like something, I don't like it. I didn't say you didn't have to like it. I don't like it. Big difference. But I keep getting picked on for it. But I'm not going to change.
But it's time for us to do the Ride to Happiness. Come on then, what are you genuinely expecting from this?
Just the uniqueness. See where it goes, see how it takes the elements. Obviously every ride should be different. Might get a couple of laps in, experience it towards the front, towards the back, and then to get a true picture of what it's like. So it'll be interesting. First time I've done a Max Extreme Spinner, so I am looking forward to seeing what all the hype's about.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that I was told on Twitter in July, like when I said I didn't like it initially, is a lot of people said you need to do this seat, you need to do that seat. I always think with a roller coaster it should be good in any seat, so we're going to give it a few goes now. We'll probably try front row, back row, middle row, wherever. We'll give it a few goes. We'll film it every time to show the different experiences, and hopefully I can come away from it this time and say, do you know what, actually it does live up to the hype that it's had for the last 12 months. But let's stop the talking, let's go and do it, and we'll let you know what we thought in a bit.
Let's unite and feel the power of nature.
So we've done Ride to Happiness twice. Becky didn't like it in July, still not a fan of it now. What is it about the Ride to Happiness that you just don't like?
The main thing is how much pain it causes me. I can't do it again. It goes on the list with the likes of the Smiler. That's just because I don't like it. But this, I can't do it. It's so painful. Where that restraint sits is right across the surgical scar for me, and the pain, I can't do it. I cannot ride it again. I think it'd be a good ride if it was just a forward facing, because it feels like it's designed for that, but hitting some of these angles and airtime and inversions at weird angles that aren't predictable just throws you in such an awkward place that it's sore. And I keep catching the back of my shoulder off the edge of the seat because of the odd rotation and airtime combination, but it's not for me. I'm done.
You've made quite a controversial tweet about Ride to Happiness that I'm not going to ask you to repeat on camera, but what did you really think?
Look, there's some good elements to it. Launches are really good. You get some good airtime, like when you come, or whatever that first bit is, when you come up and you go back down again. When you're on the back row, good airtime coming down the drop. Get some good airtime like later on towards the end of the ride, but it's just not a coaster for me. I'm not a fan of spinning coasters. They make me quite nauseous, and when you're on it and you're just feeling like you're going to be sick on it, it's just not for me at all. Like, maybe that's because obviously you came off and you said it was running quite slow. Maybe if you speed it up a bit.
It was definitely slower than when I did it in July.
So if once it's warmed up a bit throughout the day, it might be a bit better. So I might try it again, even though I have said if I go on again it'll be too soon. It's just not. Honestly, it's just not for me. Like, it's one of the things I can't understand is like when you sit down normally and you can pull your own restraint down, you can get comfy. But with this being all automatic, you can't get comfy in the seat, and it just keeps coming further and further and further down. And then when you think, oh, I've got comfy again, it seems to have that another push at you to like proper staple you in it, and just like. From that point of view, it's just like you can't get comfy to begin with in the seat, so that you can take some of these unique elements how you want to ride it. Like Becky says, if it was a forward-facing ride, I think it might be one of the best in the world. I honestly do, because it has got great airtime. The launches pack a punch, and it's got great airtime at the end. So you know, it's just one of them. It's just not for me.
I know a lot of people will probably watch this and go, oh, typical Pleasure Beach experience, being negative because they're not Blackpool Pleasure Beach. It's nothing to do with that, honestly. I think, for me, the things I like about Ride to Happiness, I think the launches are really good, and I really do like them. I think especially the second one with the airtime, I think that it actually makes me want to go and do Copperhead Strike, because it has that element without the spinning. And when I gave my big review about it on Twitter in July, people said it's not a traditional spinning coaster. You shouldn't expect it to spin as much as you were expecting. Well, today it spun a lot more than it did in July, and for whatever reason, roller coasters never make me feel sick. I don't feel sick now, but there's just something about the Ride to Happiness that just doesn't do it for me. I think I like the launches, I like the airtime, but I do think it's an uncomfortable experience. And I think I'm going to repeat what Becca and Marcus said. The restraints are part of that issue. I mean, they're the same restraints as Icon, or what Icon used to have, but because you hit the airtime in different ways, you sort of catching bits of you off the seat that you wouldn't catch when you were going forward. Now, again, this is a problem that's unique to me. I've had 4 operations and the restraints touch 3 of them, where I've got a lot of scar tissue, so that's perhaps my issue with this ride. What I would say is that I'm not saying don't come to Plopsaland to do it. I think everyone should come and do it. It's one of the easiest parks in the world to get to, especially if you drive and you live in the UK. Honestly, it's one of the easiest parks to get to. And I think everyone should come and do it because I think that most people like it. We're just unique. We don't like it for whatever reason. But it's not a terrible coaster. It's not the worst roller coaster out there. It's just not for me, and that is my personal opinion. I respect that a lot of people will disagree with me in the comments, and that's fair enough, but please keep it respectful. I just don't like it. I prefer Heidi, I prefer Anubis, but I can appreciate why people like this coaster. Next up is going to be the K3 roller coaster, and this is a milestone for Mark. 500, mate, well done.
K3 500.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Here we go, Mark's 500th coaster.
Best coaster here, this mate. You can already tell.
How was that for your 500th coaster?
It's not the worst ride I've done all day.
Next up is going to be Anubis, which has one of the best themed stations and queue lines for any roller coaster in Europe, it has to be said. Well, let's go to Becca because I think you liked this last time.
I did. It's got the one thing that annoys me, but excluding that one little bit, I really like this.
That was the inversion at the end, wasn't it? But
Thing I
otherwise,
hate the most on any coaster.
don't
'cause
like-
it's pointless.
don't like zero G rolls, do you?
Nope. Uncomfortable, pointless, doesn't add anything. The only kind of people that enjoy that are the kind of people that enjoy going to the dentist and being laid back on those horrible chairs. That is the only kind of person who enjoys those, because there's no other explanation. It's true.
What are you expecting from Anubis?
Not to be laid on a dentist chair. If I'm laid on a dentist chair, I'm in trouble. I don't know. Hopefully, like, got a good launch on it. If it's anything like Linnet, when we was at Deja Sommerland, I'll enjoy this massively.
Well pronounced. And we've got Jimmy here who's just been asking us where's Dennis. We're not sure who he means. Do you know who he means?
No, unless he's talking about Dennis the Menace.
I think that's you on Twitter, to be honest.
I mean, yeah.
Bloody Mark the Menace. There we go then, Anubis.
Get up a bit closer.
So me, Becca, Mark and Dennis have been on Anubis. What did you think, apart from the... Let's not talk about the dentist chair element.
No, we won't.
But what do you like about Anubis?
It's an odd one because I didn't expect to like this when we first came here, but the launch is good, everything's just quite smooth between, you know, the transitions aren't harsh. It's just, it works well until that last element, but we'll leave that out of it. But yeah, it's good.
Excellent. How was the dentist chair for you?
I don't like dentist chairs, but I love that. Honestly, launches on it are really, really good. The launch is just does what it needs to, snaps your back, and it's just takes the elements really, really well. It's just a well put together Gerstlauer ride in Europe. Hats off to them.
You said off camera it's the best ride here. Were you
Yes.
being serious?
Yeah, it is. Honestly, for me, that is the best ride here. It is brilliant. It's just, you know, the queue line's good, the station's good, and the ride is exceptional.
Ride ops were efficient too.
Yeah, there's no one getting around with them. It helps that the baggage is literally just, you don't even need to get out, you just throw it in and it's there. And literally, down, off you go, enjoy it, come back with a smile on your face.
How was it, Dennis?
It was really good. Upside down. What can I just say about the glasses?
Yeah.
Second ride now. I don't understand why I can't wear glasses. That's a bit annoying.
Have you got your strap on?
Yeah, but I'm not allowed to wear it.
Have you
So
not?
it ruins the ride because my eyes are a bit sore, to be honest.
So no strap-ons allowed at Plopsaland. That's what we've learned today.
Good little solid ride for their time.
Excellent. You glad you didn't bring your strap on now?
Yeah, strap-ons on ride make it, you know.
Here we go. Dino Splash. Welcome to Jurassic Park. So we couldn't help noticing that most people on this log flume weren't getting wet, so we will get soaked. That's how it usually goes. Sounds like my stomach after a bad takeaway. We have a lift stop. Boat spacing issues. Volcanic. Yeah, it looks good that, you know. There we go, look out for the T-Rex on the left. No moisture. Oh, I must say as well that Mark has joined me on this. Very rare occasion. Mark on a log flume. Oh dear.
Turn off.
Yes. Seems to have a bit of intent round here. Yeah, guessing from the colour of the water there's been some dinosaur droppings at some point. Bit of lighting effects, good lighting package. Here we go, big drop time. I believe it's a double drop as well. There we go. There was definitely some moisture there. Mildly moist though. We've had worse lately. Not bad really. Not too bad on the damp scale. Next up we're going to do Super Splash, which we're debating whether it's a cred or not because of this airtime hill that it's got. So we're going to go on it, see how wet we get, and we'll go from there really. Here we go, Super Splash. That's cold. Cred or no cred? Cred. Cred. Now it takes 84 years to get back to the station, so I'm not filming the whole way round. But yeah, it's a cred. It's more of a cred than a powered coaster.
Hey!
Special. It is. It's a 2-lap special.
Give Ride to Happiness another go, see if it's warmed up, see if it's improved any from this morning, so let's see how it goes.
Love tomorrow. Unite forever.
Don't like this bit. We're going to take one last ride on Heidi the Ride, but before we do, we've had another go on Ride's Happiness as announced by Mark not so long ago. What did you make of it this time?
It wasn't as nauseous this time, but it's just not my type of coaster, I've got to be honest with you. It's just it takes like the elements of angles that probably don't agree with me, you know, like a sideways or a diagonally airtime hill when you can't see it coming. It's just not, I just don't find that kind of thing enjoyable. I mean, I've not got it in me to do 20 or 30 laps on it to try and find a sweet spot of what I'd enjoy. The coaster really should be good on first, second, third, fourth, fifth time.
Good coaster's a good coaster in any seat.
Yeah, and I just not got it in me. I can see why people like it. You know, it is unique. You know, you're always going to get a different ride on it all the time. But it's just not for me.
Would it be better with trains like Icon's got?
Yeah, honestly, if you just had the standard trains on it, I think it would work a lot better. You could go with the airtime, then you can see where it's coming. You could enjoy it a lot more. You will get like thrown up into the restraint, and you enjoy it. I just, like I said like previously, I think it'd work better maybe if as well you could bring down your own restraint.
Yes.
If you could get comfy in the seat how you want to be sitting, rather than it come down, pin you, and then try and pin you again. You know, you'd be like, I'm actually really uncomfortable now. If I'd have been able to manage and sit how I wanted to sit, along with the restraint, then I might enjoy it a little bit more. But...
Agreed. Hello Jimmy, what did you make of it? Because you were saying you liked it.
I'm not a fan of the upside down bit at the start, but I like the launch, there's some good airtime. I quite like it, but again, glasses, the eyes.
Yeah. So
I don't like the restraint, like you say, it's thrown down. I'm a little, I feel like being pinned in it.
yeah, so one last ride on Heidi the Ride. You two didn't really rate it earlier, did you? So give it another go now. Are you going to give it a go at the front or back
give it
again?
A go at the front, I say. Just the last time you could see that it had the potential to be exceptional.
Yeah.
But it just needed a little bit probably of warming up on it. So let's go.
Okay, well there it is. Let's go. Definitely a front row coaster, and definitely better than earlier as well.
So at the end of the day now at Plopsaland, genuinely enjoy this park. It's such a nice park. It's such a picturesque park. You know, it's got some good rides here as well. It's just, you know, it's genuinely been a pleasure to have come. Obviously you've got Anubis, which is probably my favourite coaster here. It's just got such a great launch. It's got a good layout. It's just a fun coaster. It's probably the highlight, you know. And if you've never been, I'd highly recommend coming to this place. It's been a good day.
So yeah, we've come to the end of our day here at Plopsaland. Been really good fun actually. There's been some interesting comments from all of us in this video, of course, but they're all genuine opinions, even the dentist chair. Overall, I still think Heidi the Ride is the best coaster here. Ride to Happiness, it's not terrible, but it's not the best. Anubis, better than I remember. Super Splash, never queuing for that again, took forever. Log Flume was fun. Overall, it's a nice fun park, nice and easy to get to, lots to do when you're here. There has been quite a lot of rides closed today, so that's why we've not covered everything here. There's a big family area, which obviously we've not gone into today, which if you've got smaller children, it's well worth checking out when you come to this park. All in all, it's a park I would recommend. There is a few things you need to know. It is expensive, the operations can be slow, but overall, it's a nice park, it's a nice clean park, friendly staff, fun rides and a good day out. So hope you've enjoyed this video, hope we've not been too negative, and yeah, many thanks for watching.